Find Music episode 506. Surprise.
Yeah. Hey, I have moved quite a few times in the last 10 years. And sometimes I find things that I forgot that I owned. And this is what I found not too long ago. I found a whole bunch of cassette tapes. So right after the podcast today, I'm going to drive to Oceanside, where there's a great thrift store. It's a gigantic VFW thrift store, and I know that I'll be able to find a cassette player there. Now, I did purchase a cheap one online. It doesn't work. It's like it advertised as something that you could use to hook up to your computer and then digitize the music, but it's never worked right. So I'm going to go find an old cassette to cassette recorder player.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
among
you
those,
want? Yeah, okay.
go ahead, huh?
Go ahead. I'm gonna go grab my player, show you.
Oh, okay. Do you have the little, it's like a, looks like a Walkman?
I I just recently found Nirvana's In Utero cassette, and I haven't played it yet because I have an old school boombox that plays CDs and tapes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I will get around to it. And my girlfriend does have a collection that her uncle left behind, which was Rush, lots of Rush,
Oh, nice.
Black Sabbath, early Black Sabbath, and I think the Kinks, or no,
Oh,
the
cool.
Kings. Am I saying that right?
Kinks, yeah,
Yeah,
Kinks.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
So I thought it was really cool. I go, we should listen to these one day, but I want to listen to Rush.
I'm really interested in grabbing a recorder that I can hook up to my, yeah, like that. Oh, that's nice. That's a,
Oh,
This
that's a
is a
nice
legend.
one.
This is a legendary little boombox.
nice.
All
Wow,
right.
look at
I'm going to tell
that.
you the number because if you can find it, this has such fantastic sound. Musicians use it. Okay.
What's
Yeah.
the,
It's
what kind is
it's
it?
the Panasonic RX FT 550.
Panasonic
This
R
is the holy grail of portable cassette
RFT,
recorders.
RF is in Frank.
RX-FT 550. The prescription is, I can't say it on the air, FT 550. And
Gotcha.
it's got all kinds of hookups.
Oh, nice. I will look for one of those, actually. And you
This,
got
if you
the,
can find this, I got this for $10 at Out of the Closet.
Don,
Oh, wow.
Don,
nice,
Don, when you said
nice.
a prescription, it reminded me of this. Hey, I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. It's from Saturday Night Live.
The double
Well,
Yeah,
cassette
yeah.
deck. Yeah.
here's some of the cassettes that I found. I know I have more somewhere, but I haven't found them yet.
Ooh,
Buck 3, Eden
But
Alley.
you had Prince's Black album there, the black one.
Don't have it. I do have some Miles Davis, and I have to tell you, I've never really listened to Miles Davis, so it's going to be interesting. I don't even remember where I got these.
oh,
There's
those
a,
are that's a nice cover.
I think there's two Miles Davis cassettes. This one has a a box or whatever you want to call a carrier. Miles Davis, King of Blue, Kind of Blue, and this one
Oh,
is
wow.
Kind of
Amanda.
blue.
So I'm going to educate myself on Miles Davis with those. We've got the James Gang, Bang, with Joe Walsh in there. And then I found some
Punk
really
49.
Savoy Brown,
Oh, wow.
a step further. Savoy Brown. I saw that band in Ramona, California. And then here are a couple that well, let me do this one first. God in Three Persons by the Residents.
Yeah.
I know that one. I
Just
know that one.
in case you want something really weird. And then this is one that you may not have heard of. This is a fictional band called the Android Sisters. When I was a student at UC Irvine and I had a radio show out, my radio show was at 3 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday morning. Okay. I had the longest stretch of time of anybody on the air at the station. And they wanted me to play. We had big old 4-track cassette tapes, right? And every Sunday they played an episode of The Fourth Tower of Inverness, which was a radio play. What is that one?
The Android Sisters.
Oh, no way!
Look at that's how the one of the album covers looks like this.
Yeah, the
This is on the
Android
phone, of
Sisters.
course.
Holy cow! How
Yeah.
did you get that?
I
That's-
just
It's on
typed
the
it in on
phone.
I just typed it in on Google and it popped
Oh,
up.
oh, it's on your phone. I thought you had the tape.
No.
It's done by a company called ZBS Media. And if my memory serves correctly, ZBS Media is still producing these radio plays, and they are kind of a commune someplace in New York State, upstate New York. And they produce these radio shows, and this is how they finance their operation, how they pay their bills and stuff. And so it's pretty interesting. So the Android Sisters was one of the ones I found. And then this one, I can't wait to hear this one. This one was done by a friend of mine who goes by the moniker of Mr. Curtis. His name is Curtis Bradford. He's a musician. And there's a song on here called Homeless for Christmas. This is a great, great song. And he and his brother used to be part of a band that another friend of mine is in. And they would take a break. They were a regular old rock and roll cover band, right? Well, right in the middle of their set, they would take a break, and then they would come back dressed in shaggy clothes and sunglasses, and they would come back as Bobby Knox and the Felons. Okay, and so Curtis Bradford was one of those guys. Curtis lent me his 1957 Cadillac for a while. It was a big old Fleetwood convertible, and boy, did I have fun driving that thing around town. So I can't wait to hear this one, but I got to make a trip down to the it's either AmVets or it's AmVets. It's the AmVets thrift store on Pacific Coast Highway in Oceanside. So I'm hoping to find the cassette player that you showed us. And if
Yeah.
I can't find that one, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to find something that's adequate. That, if it has all those hookups, that looks pretty cool. You got that online at
I went to the out of the closet store. There used to be one in Pasadena.
oh, what was it called?
But when I was a teenager, I had one of these new,
Really
Yeah, so I knew it was good. And when I saw it in the store,
nice.
no
$10.
hesitation.
That's-
This is
that's
legendary. Really, you
right
can
there.
go online and read about this deck. It's legendary.
I will.
Justifiably so. For some magical reason, you can't hear the motor noise on this deck. They did
Oh,
an
that's
excellent
good.
job designing it. That's usually the problem with a portable, if you're recording.
The cassette player that I bought, the one that's really crummy, you'll hit play and it'll start to play. It'll start to move the tape, and then all of a sudden it just goes wing, and the
Oh,
lid
God.
pops open. You know.
Excuse me, guys. Someone's knocking on my door and they're knocking pretty hard. Hold on.
Oh.
Okay,
Keep going. Hold on.
please open up. We'll end this episode now.
Joel, get off of the
Jesus.
babysitter. Joel.